What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Street Fight Club podcast. I am EBar, as always, and I'm joined here today by Mr. Cuck himself, Chad Peppers. What's up, dude?
How's it going?
Okay, I'm also being joined by Finest. He created Charlie, partly.
I sure did. And I'm not a cuck, so that's cool.
Well, I feel like only a cuck would say that. Anyway...
I agree. I didn't have a quick enough comeback for
cucks,
Eric.
Cucks are really defensive though about being cucks. So anyway, so as we record this today, the new Thor trailer came out. So let's talk about it. What we thought, what we didn't think, and what we might think in the future.
That's a lot of questions.
Okay, what do you think, Chad?
You start with me?
Yeah, you goddamn right I am. Throwing you off.
Thor's my favorite, man. I can't go.
Is he really? Thor's your favorite?
No way.
He is.
It couldn't have always been that way. What made Thor one of your favorite characters?
Is it because he's pretty?
He's got that long golden blonde hair. The question is, does his hair match? What's that saying? Does the hair match pubes? That's the question, Eric. You go.
Not a tactful way to go about it, but
Does the hair match the carpet?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
That's not the saying.
It's the fucking, does the carpet match the drapes, right? Or just, as Chad would say, does the hair match the pubes?
He's very subtle.
Anyway, I imagine it does, but, you know, I really can't confirm or deny. But, no, but I know that you told me that you kind of got into, like, the mystical type of, like, you like Game of Thrones and shit like that, and you kind of like that in your comic books.
Well, you know, it's like one of those, you know, growing up with superheroes, there's only so much inner city crime that can be fought, you know, web slinging, to where, you know, you start getting interested in the outer realms of, you know, the universe or whatever. And so I'm just kind of, you know, more interested in that nowadays.
I can kind of see that. So that being said, how pumped were you when you saw the Thor trailer?
I was pretty pumped. I'm pretty excited. This is one of the ones I've been more excited about for a while.
Even though it doesn't have Natalie Portman?
That's kind of disappointing.
Okay, Finest, what did you think, bud?
Well, I just want to ask Chad if he was upset whenever Thor came out with his haircut.
Yeah, you did mention the long locks. Does that upset you? Now that you're getting a haircut?
No, I have no opinion on that.
My wife watched the trailer earlier, and the one comment she made was, "What happened to his hair?" So I assumed that was running through Chad's mind the whole time he was watching that.
You think your wife and Chad have similar wavelengths going on?
I mean, when they're thinking about Thor.
Okay, Thor related, got it.
Right.
I think the best part is that near the end where Thor's in the arena with the Hulk.
Well, undoubtedly. I mean, at least in my opinion, that's really the coolest part of the whole thing, and I think that's why they saved it for the end. I don't know.
And that's just a great joke that we know each other from work or whatever.
Yeah, and it's always good. Like, you know, Marvel always does good comedy. Really, you know what I mean? Like, even they keep the serious shit serious enough, but whenever it doesn't have to be serious, you will laugh, and it's just a good combination. It's a good mixture, and it looks like Thor is going to keep that. And to be honest with you, you know, Thor is not my favorite superhero. Honestly, the first two Thors, like I mean, I'm not saying they were bad movies, but like to me, they were just kind of mad because I don't really care about that character that much. But looking at the preview for this one, I'm probably more excited for this than the first two, easily.
I have to say that I'm in the same boat. Out of all the Marvel movies, I think the Thors are at the bottom for me. But knowing that Hulk was in this, I was already more excited for this because the Hulk's probably one of my favorite Avengers, and it really sucks that they've got that distribution deal or whatever with Paramount or I think it's Universal, where they can only have Hulk with other people. He can't have his own solo movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's some kind of weird deal where Universal will get a bunch of money if they have a solo movie. So instead of letting Universal get money, Marvel's like, no, we'll partner him up with other people every time he does a film.
That's so shitty. So why are they doing that though? Like, why can he not be in his own thing?
Because they have rights to the solo character, but they don't have rights to him as part of a team. I mean, I'm not a lawyer. It doesn't make any sense to me, but that's how it works. And it's kind of, I think, falls in the same area as Quicksilver, where they can have Quicksilver as part of a team as long as they don't mention mutants or whatever. And they can have Quicksilver on the other side as long as they don't mention heroes or whatever.
It's so fucking weird.
Is that what happened when you get a bunch of lawyers in the room trying to talk superheroes?
Probably shit.
At least it did work out whenever they got Spider-Man back. But from what I've read, it is probably going to revert back to Sony. So this may be there might only be a couple movies that have Spider-Man in them.
Well, is Sony not making money off of the new Spider-Man?
They are, but I'm assuming at some point they're going to want all the money. These studios are pretty greedy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Which that only makes sense, but then they would have to... I mean, think about it. If they rebooted Spider-Man again and used somebody different and he wasn't with the Avengers, there would be public outcry. Everybody would be pissed off.
Or just use the same character and never once bring up the Avengers. Like, make a whole new movie.
Oh, so they could do that? They could still use Tom Holland and everything?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, now that's even more weird.
But anyway, back to Thor. Besides the Hulk business, like, this looks completely different than any of the other Thor movies. I like the idea that it's not like the fish out of water thing that they've been trying to do with the first two Thors, where he's funny because he's this god guy from another land or whatever, and he's in modern times. Alien, whatever. He's a god. Now he's actually in some sort of fantasy land. Like, the landscapes and stuff look crazy. You've got like a dozen different kinds of aliens just hanging out whenever they shoot him and stuff, and in the crowd. Like, it looks like it's what you got Jeff Goldblum being creepy, weird. So I think it's gonna be great.
So, what were your thoughts when you initially saw Mjolnir explode? The hammer.
I got scared.
You got really scared.
Yeah.
I mean, it was awesome. Honestly, like,
that's pretty badass.
Yeah. It makes me want to see it in theater, and I know, like, I listened to some people who are complaining about the Spider-Man trailer, which I thought was awesome about it being too spoilery, like gave away huge plot points of what's going to happen in the movie and stuff like that. But this one I think is just based around the fact that he's whatever, like, no longer worthy or whatever, and loses the hammer. So I don't feel like you're losing anything by knowing that that's going to happen, because that's kind of the basis for the movie. But I don't know. It looked really, really good. And this was just a teaser trailer, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of it before it actually comes out.
Plus, it has a great director and writer. Like, I don't know, I'm going to butcher his name. He's from New Zealand. It's like Taika Waititi or something.
Like, oh, yeah, Taika Waititi.
What We Do in the Shadows, or Boy, or Hunt for the Wilder People. He's hilarious. He makes hilarious movies.
I didn't see any of the other two, but I did see What We Do in the Shadows, and that was a good movie. No matter what Modest Matt says.
Matt's against that movie?
He hates it.
That motherfucker. One of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time. But anyway, Taika, whatever, however you say his name, he is the nicer vampire that, like, once, like, he's like learning the internet so that he can get his, like, gold necklace back or whatever, and that guy thinks that he's trying to contact him.
He was actually in the movie? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, and he directed it.
Nice. Well, that's cool. I mean, I like that movie. So he's never directed a Thor before, right?
No, this is his first big budget movie. He did, like, Flight of the Conchords. He directed some of those episodes and did some other comedy stuff, and this is his first one.
Interesting. Well, that's cool. I don't know. I'm pretty excited for it. Like I said, more excited than I was about the first two, easily. So I would probably go see this in the theater. What's it come out, November?
I think that's right. It comes out this fall. I definitely want to see it, and it brought up another thing. You were talking about how you thought some people thought Spider-Man gave away too much.
Mm.
I wish everything was teaser trailers. Like, I don't need to see more of this movie. Like now, like we've got this crazy thing going on with the internet where there's like teasers and countdowns for teasers, and then teasers for teaser trailers, and then it's even worse. It was even worse with Spider-Man. It's like we got a teaser trailer. Now we've got a not motion. We've got like 4 different posters we're gonna release, and then we've got this going on, and now we've got a full trailer, and then we've got another full trailer. It's too much.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you can't get me excited about a movie without blowing all the plot points, then maybe it's not that good of a movie to begin with. Like, don't get me wrong, Spider-Man looks awesome regardless. Like, I still really want to see that, but you know, just in general, if you have to give away most of the plot points of the movie to get people to see it, you're kind of defeating the purpose. If in 2 minutes you tell people what's going to happen throughout, and what people were talking about was kind of how you know, Spider-Man failed at saving those people or whatever, so Iron Man comes and takes his suit away or what the fuck, whatever. I barely can even remember the trailer, honestly. But whatever happened, that's what I heard where people were upset about, but who knows. Anyway, any last thoughts about the Thor trailer?
It looks like it's going to totally make up for the other Thor movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I didn't really like the first 2 that much. But as what?
Even with Thor as your favorite character, you didn't like it?
Yeah, I just got more interested in like his story and that part of Marvel where it's more like Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's more like, you know, out in space as opposed to like in the middle of Manhattan. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I would like to see a Silver Surfer movie. Something like that.
That's one of the saddest things about this Ragnarok thing is they're trying to do Planet Hulk or whatever with it.
Mm-hmm.
And Silver Surfer is a main character in Planet Hulk.
Oh, I see.
And he's owned by Fox.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Wow, that is a huge bummer. You know, it's weird that they were coming out with like, you know, Fantastic Four and everything, but never thought, hey, let's make them fight the X-Men.
I think they actually had that plan, that they were going to build up to a universe that had Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
But it was that shitty
Fantastic Four movie was so horrible that they...
Yeah, I guess you can't blame them. Whatever, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. Thor.
Thor.
I give it a thumbs up as far as the trailer. That's all I can tell you. So I'm excited. I think these guys are excited. So we'll be excited together and maybe touch each other. Probably not. I don't know. All right. We're done.